Hello again, people, and welcome to yet another edition of the Thief Gold Fan Mission IMO playthrough. I am your host, Deathstalker, and today we shall be looking at Bed1. If you cannot get by the name, it is a demo, basically. It's one of those test-based missions that are just made to be very, very quick, just made to be like a few rooms and are going to be done in a very short amount of time. So, no surprise that I'm going to just do this today, basically around these other fan missions because it's so quick. Might as well just get it done and out of the way so that way we can actually focus on something serious another day instead of this being the entire level we play. So, this mission was made by Bed, which is the reason why it's called Bed1. It's Bed's first mission, I guess. And it was made on June 24th of 1999, which means that from the last mission, which was Tower of Illusion, it's been 2 days. And beyond that, there's not too much this time around. For some reason, the README is not too descriptive this time around, oddly enough. Not as much as it usually is. Then again, it is kind of a demo mission, so I guess that's kind of the idea. But it's like it gives us title, Bed1, file name, Bed1, author, Bed, and yeah. Oddly enough, it tells us that it has no briefing in it. Yeah, I didn't think a demo would have a briefing, but okay, I thought it would have more of a complex readme. Number of missions, 1. Yeah, at this point, basically all fan missions are going to be one mission. If you haven't already been noticed, then we don't really have campaigns yet. I actually don't know when that starts up. I don't think I've ever... No, I think I played like 1 or 2 campaigns at most during my entire time that I was playing fan missions or whatnot. And I've never made it to and playing IM mode. So it takes quite a bit of time to get to campaign-based fan mission. Usually all these fan missions are just going to be one mission, or they're going to be released by level. That's usually what's going to happen. That's the reason why we don't get many campaigns, because usually campaigns are kind of like after the fact. We're going to release it as a campaign, and because I'm doing these in chronological order, that usually means that we kind of have a separation between the dates of when these fan missions were made. So, yeah, like, if you saw my previous one, Escape the Bear Pits and Tower of Illusion are made to be 2 parts of a trilogy. But they were made on different dates, and so we had a few fan missions in between then. As you can see, though, from, like, missions like that, not that big of a deal. If it is a big deal, I guess we'd see what happens then. But like I said, honestly... it's made to be kind of separate, made to be so that way you can kind of start it up from a certain point, and as long as you kind of have some idea what happened the last one, you usually be pretty well off. Plus, you can skip around and whatnot. That's what the playlist is for in my videos, so it's very convenient if you need to jump around. Anyway, I'm getting kind of off subject. This mission is a small example for use with Garrett Loader, which... Like I said, once again, it's very, very funny that it says Garrett Loader, because even though it says that, it's not the same one that I'm using nowadays. The one I'm using nowadays was made much, much later, like I think around 2006, 2007, I want to say. It was made after Dark Loader. I know back in the day, Dark Loader was the big one, and it still is for a lot of people. I just use Garrett Loader out of personal preference because I feel it does a bit more features. But Dark Loader is pretty much the go-to program generally for Thief. And before that, there was, like I said, Thief Loader and Garrett Loader. And like I find it funny that it's Garrett Loader because when they say, oh, this mission works with Garrett Loader, it's so convenient because, yes, it does work with Garrett Loader. I'm using Garrett Loader right now. But yeah, they actually are referring to a different Garrett Loader. Anyway, all that in mind, let's actually begin this mission. Shouldn't make a demo this long, should I? Okay, so, we load it up. We got normal, normal, normal. And this level's apparently a thief loader example, which says on the text here. Okay, so we have two objectives. Pick up the Bafford scepter before the zombie gets it. Yeah. As much as this mission's going to make you think it's timed, it's not. Do not under any circumstances think you need to rush through this mission because it's telling you it's timed. I tell you, for some reason it seems like thief missions love to do that to you. Make it sound like you have to like rush through it, but generally it's just for that climatic storyline idea that, you know, it's like better get it before it happens, you know, better start the ritual before it occurs, but it's not actually a time mission, time limit. That's kind of the general idea. I have yet to encounter really any fan missions with like a time limit at all, as far as I remember. If we get to them, I'll definitely point them out. We will see them then. But at this time, I cannot talk about any fan missions that have time limits because I've never encountered one. Beyond that, we have to kill the guard or let the zombie do it. So yeah, we have to get a scepter and kill a guard. Do we have a map this time around? Well, let's see if this doesn't... We do have a map. And the map is actually the default map. You remember Tell's default map? This is exactly the same map. And the scary thing about this map? This is actually what that map was supposed to be designed for back in default. You remember back in default, I was talking about the map, and I said that there was like 2 targets on the map, and then beside it there was a room with a zombie. This map has a zombie. This room has the general layout of what these pictures show, I think. So yeah, I think, oddly enough, the map was designed for this one. It is, as much as that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because the Tell's default one was made before this. Unless this one was released as like an updated version, but I don't see anything saying it's updated, so yeah, I don't really get how this works at all. These were made by different people entirely. I don't get this. It's a rather weird thing that the map in default was actually showing a map that'd be much further up. No idea what that's about, but at least now we finally get to see what that map was all about. Before I continue, as usual, we want to check the loot amount. And we're not going to see any loot whatsoever. We do not have a loot count, people. You know what that means? That means we can just walk through this mission, do whatever, and not have to hunt for loot. Not going to have a loot search this time around, thankfully. It's good because Tower of Illusion, which is the mission I just came from, had a pain-in-the-butt loot search for me. So I need a break from loot for a second. Got some grass here. Oh! Flies! And you know I was walking right into a fly swarm. That's a great start. I got 20 broadheads and that's all I have? Wait, I don't have a sword. I don't have anything but 20 broadheads. Yeah, game! Why do you do this to me? You seriously gonna throw out nothing but that? Okay, what's this readme have to say? Garrett. The beast guardsman is really a traitor. He has hidden the holy hammer. Be sure to find it before releasing the beast. Cuddy. So, yeah, basically this level, you're not going to have a sword or anything, but you're going to be able to find a hammer. A holy hammer. That'll be able to destroy a zombie. Because as you know, in Thief, well, if you've goofed around enough, you should know that the hammer can be used to injure enemies without punishing it on expert even. And the other and more important feature, it can be used to kill zombies. I think it has to have like a certain holy property to it, so it has to be a particular hammer. It can't be like, I don't think like hammers in Return to Haunt the Cathedral would work, but you get a nice holy hammer in certain missions, be sure to use it. Sometimes you need to just play around and throw hammers at zombies. As you see, this is a holy hammer! Praise the holy hammer! And we're going to be carrying around this for the rest of our mission. So we got a guard walking around, a servant over there. I think these guys aren't going to try and murder me. Yeah, see? These guys don't want to kill me. And this is the layout to the map, because this is a little short tunnel here. This is the main room, this is the separate room, and that's the room with the zombie. So this is that. What's this book have to say, by the way? Before I grab the key and maybe in... Danger! We have kept the undead abomination locked up. It is safe. However, upon entering, be sure to have the holy hammer, the town bishop. Alright, here's the key, which would unlock this. As you see, I think that's a custom texture actually there. One second, I'm actually curious. I'm pretty sure that's a custom texture. That is definitely not something that would be in the original game, as far as I know. Let me see here if I can... No, that's not going to give me it. It's going to be in this one. And I want to go to here. One second, people. I'm just curious if this is indeed a custom texture. And bam, metals. Yes, it is, because this would be we have one new texture called Tur Q128 or something like that. And if I load this up, it takes a second to load up because it's a PCS image, which means Photoshop. Come on. I hate how long it takes for Photoshop to load up. Just want to see the picture. And it is that danger text. So, people, this is a custom texture right here. This is significant, as this is the first custom texture that's been seen in a fan mission, if I'm correct. Beyond gathering at the bar, of course. Gathering at the bar introduced a lot of things. And what they introduced was custom textures. If you saw by that painting of the woman there, I actually know it was a portrait of a woman. But yeah, that portrait of a woman was a custom texture, and I think there was a few others. I think the Atheist Fountain was a custom texture of an enemy, which we have yet to see any of. But now we're getting our first custom texture on the wall. Danger. So this is the first one on the wall beyond, what we saw in Gather at the bar. Anyway, we can carry around the holy hammer. I'll place it right here conveniently. At the ready use. Let's go upstairs. Climb this ladder. And this is an area that's an area to be an area. Just to make it a little bit more expansive. We have sideways street lamps. I don't really know why. I guess to make it look a little bit cooler. I'm not really sure what exactly this is about. Why do we have these? Is this to make like the roof seem more complex? It kind of looks weird. Yeah, you could have chosen like a spotlight or something. This just is like a weird sideways area. It's weird. But alright. And I don't really even get why we're allowed to get to the roof, but I appreciate the option, I guess. Not really much we can do on the roof. Anyway, now for the fun part. Release the zombie! The zombie will try and murder everybody! And now, the guard shall try and murder the zombie. You can't knock down the zombie! This is the Dark Project! I guess he didn't get the memo. He doesn't know about instant zombie stand-up.
How's this feel?
Oh my god, did he get him down permanently? Good job!
We've got it now!
I'll save you, zombie! Ah! No. I'll save you, zombie! I got a hammer! My holy hammer! It gets rid of guards, too! As you see, one-shot kill with that hammer. Bam. Nice smoke immersion thing, and it poofs up in a nice thing. It's a nice effect, definitely. It looks pretty cool. Wish it was used a bit more. Now you can throw around the hammer around the level, and now we get the real important part of this level. We can take this hammer right up to the roof and throw it around like a maniac. Whee! And this is what the fun of the level is. Now we can jump on this. Now where'd the hammer go? Here's the hammer! Take this hammer! Throw it up here! And look at the fun effects of throwing around the hammer. It's watching it bounce on various surfaces. Like this. Alright. Not really much we can really do with that. That's really too much, but it is a nice goof around thing. Try and bounce off the walls and see if you can hit enemies. That would be interesting. We have 2 scepters here. Oh dear. Why do we have 2 scepters? Let me guess. This is going to be a trick scepter that's going to kill me, and the one on the floor is the real one. This is not Baffert scepter. It's a fake! New objective. What's that say? But this is Baffert scepter. So, even though it says new objective, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. I don't believe there is the script that allows for new objectives works. So I don't believe it's actually possible in fan missions. I know that for a fact that that was like a big thing that like people were talking about at the time. That's why you could never like recreate something accurately like in Craig's script or something as a fan mission. Just because you could never cancel an objective or create new objectives. I'm not sure if it's just you can't cancel out an old objective or what. But yeah, I don't believe there's too many states you can do with an objective. Because those involve certain scripts. There's a lot of scripts in Thief. And really, fan mission authors are limited to about 2. So, yeah. A lot of the reason we get complicated stuff later is because people end up creating their own hacks and their own scripts and whatnot. But really, we're kind of limited in what type of complex things we could do. And that's why really simplistic missions where you just walk around and knock out guards is pretty common. And it's pretty acceptable because, like I said, you can't, they didn't really give us a bunch of complex scripts to work with to be able to do all the awesome things the original game could do. We could never make, like, another factory or something like that from Craigslist. We couldn't do any of that insane stuff, so we can't really expect it in our fan mission. Anyway, we do have one problem. The objective requires me to kill the guard. I killed the guard. The guard is dead. If I pick up the body, it is a corpse. There's one problem. Killing them with the hammer, apparently, if you remember what I told you at the beginning of this level, I told you that if you throw a hammer at an enemy, it does not count as you killing them, even on expert. Well, there's a problem with that. We are required by this objective to kill a guard. So, it becomes rather mandatory for us to kill him. If we use a hammer, it's not us killing him, and the objective doesn't check off. If we let the zombie kill him, it would probably not do work either. The only way it's going to work is if I shoot him with arrows. So, yeah. I'm going to have to shoot him with arrows. Redo the mission. And this time, instead of throwing the hammer at him a few times, I gotta shoot him with arrows. So, yeah. A bit awkward, but it works. This is why this kill objective probably shouldn't have been there. But, yeah.
Hey, who was that? Don't hurt me.
You can go and kill him.
Wait!
And,
Wait! Murder!
yes, that was a murder! That was a suicidal zombie. He blew up in front of me. God, I hate it when zombies do that because they're so unpredictable with that. I've never really figured out exactly why zombies do that. Really the only way you can prevent it is just not be around them, which isn't exactly the prettiest for doing something with a hammer. But yeah. The problem is, zombies in Thief 1 have a severe issue. I'm not sure if it's in Thief 2. There's not many zombies in Thief 2, so it's not that big of an issue if it is. But the problem is, zombie parts fall through the world. and, when they explode sometimes. And the problem with that is, well, they become unpredictable, totally unstable. They might appear anywhere in the map. And you just saw right there was them, the projectiles, the body parts staying in the map and flying at you and instantly killing you. They stay at that same trajectory when they shoot through the map anywhere it goes. So, yeah. You could be walking around the map randomly like doop-a-doop-a-doo, and that zombie that you killed way earlier could instantly kill you. This has actually occurred to me a few times. Oddly enough on the Bone Horde usually. But yeah, I've experienced a few times on the Bone Horde where I've actually been instantly killed by a zombie. There was like one time I killed a zombie. I went up to like the area where the Mystic's Heart was, and it killed me up there. So yeah, there's no set time when it happens, it just will eventually go. And if you see my IMO playthroughs, you know for a fact they love to fly through there too. There's been several times it's happened, and all of a sudden you'll hear like alert the guards in Craig's Cleft Prison or something like that. So the lesson of the day: zombies are not fun. So let's kill this guard.
Don't hurt me.
I don't need to kill this guy. Just make sure the guard is dead. That works. Okay. We killed the guard.
Help!
Guard is dead.
Murder! Over here!
Kill him! Kill Tarkus! Kill Tarkus! Yes, my minion! You did my bidding well! And now everybody is dead, except me. And this time, we should actually be able to complete this mission. Because now we have 2 scepters. This one's a fake. We got a new objective, even though we didn't. And we pick up this one. And now we stand here and wait for the level to end. So, yeah. That whole new objective thing didn't work at all. Like I said, I'm assuming it was supposed to trap you in there. If you click that one, it was like supposed to fail the mission or something. But whatever it was supposed to do, it doesn't work. So yeah, I could right click on that other fake scepter all day long, and even though it tells me I got a new objective, I don't really got a new objective. So yeah, not exactly functional. And the whole guard thing can be a pain because you have to kill the guard, you can't let the zombie kill the guard, or else you basically fail the mission. So, basically the smartest thing to do is basically what I did at the end. Kill the guard, basically release the zombie, let him kill Tarkus, then throw a hammer at the zombie. That kills everybody, and you'll be good enough to do whatever you need to do. Anyway, beyond all that, took 2 minutes and 33 seconds. We found absolutely none of the loot, but there was no loot to find anyway, so that's beside the point. Had no locks to pick because there was only one door in the mission and it required a key. No backstabs, no knockouts because we didn't even have a blackjack, nor did we have a sword. Damage dealt. We dealt 175 damage between the 2 things that we killed. Took no damage and healed 0 damage because we didn't have any healing potions. We killed no innocents because Tarkus was not killed by us, it was killed by that zombie. And we killed 2 others, the guard, which was mandatory, and the zombie. And one body was discovered by enemies. That Tarkus saw the dead guard. So yeah, that was kind of expected. Not really much to do. Just a short little ditty mission. But it's a thing. It existed. We had to show it off. Plus, like I said, it's pretty big because it's the first mission outside gathering at the bar that had a custom texture, which is pretty significant because, like I said, when I look at gathering at the bar, I see a mission that's way, way ahead of its time that really showed a lot of features off that just, it was big for what it did, but at the same time, like I said, a lot of it went away with a lot of the missions around the time, so it's not exactly the best one to compare to everything else around then, because it was a very, very different mission from everything else, and, the biggest thing was, it was heavily polished compared to everything else. There's a lot of reasons why Gather the Bar was so polished compared to everything else. It had an entire team making the level, not one person. It was polished because it had updated releases. It was supposed to be the first one that was made, so it was kind of updated, already by the time we were playing it. So there's quite a few excuses for why Gathering at the Bar is so built up in comparison to all these other missions around it. And that's why it's not the best mission to compare when you're looking at all these other missions. It's really best to kind of say like a progress of everything else, and Gather at the Bar is just like, oh, this little extra mission. Because really, like I said, it's like this stuff is showing that it's capable by a single developer, that single developers have figured it out, and that it's starting to be implemented to maps. With Gather at the Bar was a whole community that was much, more advanced than like the rest of the people doing this stuff at the time. So it's no surprise that a lot of the features that we see in Gather at the Bar take ages to appear anywhere else. So yeah, definitely not something to really, I feel in a way Bed1's texture was pretty significant, even if it was just a danger sign. Like I said, something that's simple, something that's silly as the word danger is pretty important to me because it's the first time that custom texture has been used, if ignoring the level that I feel should be kind of ignored due to being a whole community effort gathered at the bar. Anyway, as I said, this was supposed to be a short mission. Oddly enough, the video took about 30 minutes, but that's beside the point. And I think I should be closing up here. I shall see you all next time, people.